Gene Café CBR 1200 by www.buyorganiccoffee.org. I love freshly roasted coffee and decided to give home roasting a try. To save money, I went the popcorn popper route. My results were not especially good, as in really bad, but the clincher was when the coffee caught fire in the popper. So I decided to get a real home coffee roaster with a decent capacity. I ended up looking at the new Gene Café CBR 1200. Here is what I found out. What you should consider before buying the Gene Café CBR 1200. When you first roast coffee at home, it can be fun, even if the Arabica coffee directly from Colombia does not turn out that well. But the newness of coffee roasting will wear off, and then you will want to have a roaster that is easy to operate, simple to maintain, and one that does a great job roasting coffee. Home coffee roasters are for home use. Sounds a little simple, but the point is that you are probably not a coffee house employee. You do not have experience roasting coffee every workday for years. You need a home coffee roaster that you, as a novice, can use to make good roasted coffee. Home coffee roasters use a fair amount of electricity, and like the Gene Café CBR 1200, many require a 220-volt electric outlet. So you may need to call the electrician before you can plug in your new coffee roaster. You can roast a batch of coffee with the new Gene Café roaster in half an hour. Then add time for the beans to cool. This roaster is easy to operate, but you do have to periodically clean and maintain it, or there will be problems like smoke and fire. You may end up paying hundreds or thousands of dollars for a home coffee roaster. Make sure that your love of freshly roasted coffee is such that you are willing to take the time to do the roasting. The Gene Café CBR 1200 small batch coffee roaster provides an even and reliable roast with automatic roasting. The Gene Café CBR 1200 1 kilogram is a great small batch coffee roaster for either home or commercial use. Gene Café has been making a smaller model for several years. The increase in roast size up to a kilogram makes this coffee roaster a better choice for small volume commercial use than its older brother. The CBR 1200 uses an innovative off-axis rotation method combined with hot forced air heating. It will very evenly roast up to 2 pounds of green coffee beans in half an hour. A hopper is used for adding green coffee beans to the preheated roasting chamber, and roasted coffee beans are automatically released into a cooling chamber beneath the roaster. This model also has a manual override feature. I really like the clear Pyrex roasting chamber, which lets me see the coffee as it roasts, and I like its quiet operation. This makes it easier to hear the first crack, and when I want a darker roast, the second crack. It has an easy to empty and easy to clean chaff collector as well. Pros: off-axis rotation of roasting chamber for very even roasting. Pyrex roasting chamber for easy viewing of coffee while it roasts. Automatic roasting once time and temperature are set. Automatic release of roasted coffee to cooling chamber. Cons: chaff collector needs to be routinely emptied or starts to emit smoke. English instructions poorly written by Korean manufacturer. Must be placed close to an outside wall in order to vent excess heat. Features and benefits. I think that this coffee roaster is nicely designed for use both by a pro and by a beginner. Like with any new appliance, you should read the directions, and you should consider the first couple of roasting sessions to be practice runs. Here are my thoughts on the various features of the CBR 1200. But no matter what roaster you choose, start with coffee from Colombia for the best results. For more insights and useful information about organic coffee, visit www.buyorganiccoffee.org.